So you simply click on the employees icon, and so far we've rounded up some different entities and organizations that could be of help to you in your search for employees. And we've tried to keep this, for right now, more on a local or regional level, and we'll be adding to it as we go along and we discover there's other resources available. And again, keep in mind this is a rather new website, so it's going to be in constant motion and updating for a while as Corey and I get back together and I stumble across a site or a resource that I think would be really good for existing companies in order to tap in to find employees. And if you just click on any of the icons, it'll take you directly to where I think you'd find the most information for what you're looking for. This is the Employer Services website for the VEC. I try not to take you to the general website address. I try to drill down a little further and make sure it goes under Employer Services, because if you're looking to hire, then you need to get to right where you need to go. You don't need to go through a lot of different sections. West Piedmont Workforce Investment Network. That's the employers page there. And if you're needing temporary help, we've listed some temporary agencies there. And if you scroll down a little bit, Corey, I tried to think of some entities that you could tap into that something maybe you wouldn't think of right away, such as the Return to Roots Southern Virginia, where there's an area where employers can post for job positions. I do believe there's a fee to join that, to actually post your positions to try to recruit. And also I included Danville Public Schools and Pittsylvania County Schools, because sometimes you might need to reach out to guidance and find a part-time employee for the summer, something along those lines. So I tried to be as comprehensive as possible. And if you all can think of anything else that I've left out, I am welcome to suggestions and open to the feedback. Resources is another icon that we thought would be helpful, simply because when I meet with companies, a lot of times the first question that I get would be, where do I go to find assistance? Where do I go to find help? 9 times out of 10, typically it's financial assistance. Other times it could be, how do I find help with grant writing? If I'm a small business, who do I need to talk to in the community to figure out where can I tap into to get help with doing a ribbon cutting or writing a press release. So this is even more than financial resources. These are other resources that businesses might find very, very helpful. As you can see, we have the U.S. Small Business Administration. Now, the Virginia Department of Business Assistance is one I'd like to focus on for a moment, Corey. I don't know if any of you all in here have met with anyone from the DBA. They're a very, very helpful organization, and I refer the DBA to a lot of my existing companies that I work with. Their specialty is dealing with existing businesses and helping them grow. But there's another division that really deals with small businesses and entrepreneurs and independently owned companies. And they are my go-to source for a lot of things that I need when a small business comes to me, and maybe they're trying to access some working capital, or maybe they're trying to figure out, do I need to hire a salesperson? How do I grow my business? The DBA is a wonderful source, and there's someone that I refer to my businesses throughout the time that I'm dealing with them to try to help them plan out their growth period. So this is a website I do encourage you to take a good look at. I just met with a company recently. The company owner became SWAM certified. And the DBA has a person that used to be a state procurement officer. This person comes to Danville a couple of times a month, and I refer her to businesses that have become certified in order to deal with the state. So this is a great source of information for existing business. And of course, we have Danville Community College Workforce Services, RCAT. Many times I get questions about training here in the area. How can DCC work with us? What's available? The Institute, West Piedmont Workforce Investment Network, that's a fact sheet about what they do. Southside Business Technology Center, LaSalle's, I see you're here this morning. Gen Edge Alliance, which is formerly known as VPMEP. And there's one on there, Corey. I wanted to make sure that I included Can you click on the U.S. Department of Labor for a moment? I wanted to go directly to government incentives and assistance for employers because if you're on there looking for resources, you might be looking at some federal information. And this will help you drill down and look at insurance information, WOTC, hiring workers with disabilities, enterprise zone incentives. So that could be a good resource for a lot of companies in the area. And again, this is going to be a list that will be added to as we go on and we talk to more companies and find out exactly what they're needing to tap into and what's of interest to them. And utilities, this is going to be short and sweet. A lot of you all that I meet with, you're looking for ways to cut your costs on your utility bill. You're looking for ways to become more energy efficient. We actually have a key accounts manager on staff, Nate Lewis, and here's his information there. And Nate and I work together quite a bit. He refers companies to me and vice versa. It's important that we work very closely with utilities to ensure that our companies are not only are they connected with workforce needs, with resource needs, but also to make sure that they're cutting their costs with their utilities. So Nate would be a very good help for you all if you have questions about that. And there's also an icon, if you don't see what you need, you can click on the question mark and it goes back to Ask Melissa. So this might be a really good way to use the Ask Melissa tool. If you're looking through there, you can't find what you need, then you type up what you're looking for and we'll get back with you. I don't know if any of you all have been on our website recently. We have totally revamped and redesigned the website, hopefully making it more user-friendly. And I wanted to make sure that you all knew where the links were for permitting and licensing, construction and zoning, education and training. If you see, Corey, you went to existing businesses, dropped down to commercial business. They're under permitting and licensing. You know, when you're growing, sometimes that means adding on physical space to your building, so you're going to have to make that stop to community development and get your permits in place. I don't know if you've been on the community development website or inspections, but if you click on any of these links, a lot of times you can fill in those applications online as opposed to going into the office. And keep in mind too, our office most of the time acts as your one-stop source for permitting and all of those steps you have to go through when you're growing and expanding. So again, you can come to us and we can walk you through those steps as well if you need that. Luckily, these are all our co-workers, so we try to work nicely together and get things done in a very, very speedy fashion. So if you all don't have anything else to offer to me or any questions to ask, I can let you get on with your day. Thank you for coming today.
Well, joining us now is Tim Hilliard, who is owner and operator of Captain Copy, of course, located right in the heart of downtown Danville. And Tim, I know you've worked closely with our economic development over the years because you've been in business for how many years now in the city of Danville?
Actually going into our 22nd year of business, opened 21 years this past summer.
Well, talk a little bit about your involvement with economic development, how you all work closely together to help grow your business here in Danville.
Well, sometimes in a small city like Danville, you have to kind of diversify what you do. We started out 21 years ago as just a quick print operation, and we had to realize that we had to be more of a service other than quick printing. So we obviously we're going into the graphic design and creating branding for businesses, regardless if it's printing or promotional products, signage. We do a tremendous business signage and actually and furniture now. So we tried to expand what we offer to not only existing businesses in Danville, but new businesses coming to Danville. And hopefully that will be kind of an inviting thing for new businesses to open where they can go and like have a one-stop shop and get branded and get advertised in the correct way. You know, developing our brand in the area sometimes is a little difficult with the recent recession that everybody's gloom and doom about. We kind of choose not to pay attention to that much at all, but
probably a very good thing.
Yeah, and you know, it's real easy to get caught up in that and get caught up in the negativity of the city. But we chose to be a part of the downtown area. We feel like that it's going to start maybe there in the growth of the where we are, the enterprise zone and the warehouse district. We're very optimistic about the growth of Danville. We want to be a part of that. We were on North Union Street for 17 years, but the last 3 years we've been, I feel like, in the heart of where the growth is going to start. So I'm here today we still have an open mind of how we can expand and how we can actually expand to have job opportunities as well as offer other goods and services to the city.
Well, tell me a little bit about your comment on the new READI program that they launched today and the new website and the easiness of it is to navigate and will be accessible to you.
Oh, it's really simple. I'm glad I came to see the demonstration that Melissa showed, because it's so many categories. I mean, it's every category that a small business a need that they may have. By a simple click of the mouse, and it's very, very helpful. The Ask Melissa is so wide open. I've already, questions are going through my mind that I'll probably shoot her and just kind of get. And one of the things I think for small businesses is on the financial end. When you have you feel like you've tapped out all your resources of maybe adding a piece of an equipment or whatever you want to do, and sometimes you just don't have the capital to do such a thing. I think this website will kind of direct you to the right avenue for that.
Thank you so much for joining us on this week's edition of the City Update. If you would like more information about the READI program, just log on to the website below, readydanville.com, to learn a lot more about how you can utilize this great new tool within our Office of Economic Development. So until next week, have a great day.